Hello everybody, sorry I forgot the music again. It happens. I don't know why I lost the music. Anyway, oh, we're following GV. Let's get some light on. It's a bit dark. It'd be nice if the light would work. Hang on a minute. There we go. That's better. Anyway, hello, we're following GV today, and they're not going out until 32 minutes past the hour. They had a bye, so hence the reason why we're a little bit late. I'm a bit low down here in my webcam. And there we go, that's a bit better. So GV, they're going out against DTG. There you go, Dream Team have got through. It's straight into the quarterfinals here of Prove Your Skill number 5. This is the penultimate PYS. This is the group stage. Tomorrow will be the final stage. They are going out on Desert Suns, I believe. I need to check again. I think it's Desert Suns. Pretty sure it's Desert Suns. As you can see already through the quarterfinals in Group 1, we got DUR, ECG, ENT, ID, King and RN. Feaston yet to go out. Sorry, they're gone out, but they've yet to have a result in that one, so we don't know as of yet. So we don't know if there's been any upsets at this moment in time. As I said, we're going out with GV, and we're going out on Desert Sands, and Fort Despair is the decider. So let's have a quick flyover of Desert Sands, assuming I've got a Desert Sands. Yes, I have. There we go. Lovely. So Desert Sands is always an interesting map. I'm not going to lie. I mean, regular on the circuit, so let's go to pie into the back and see what generally happens. So most teams, obviously the mediums start here, and generally the TDs and the heavy start here. On public matches, well, it all depends. I mean, if you've got a team that is inexperienced, they will all go to the C cap, and if you've got a relatively experienced team, they'll generally go towards the A cap. Teams that are rotating in clans, in clan wars, however, it's generally a brawl around the A cap with a bit of an overlook on the B cap. What generally happens is, as the teams are rotating over this track, they generally put blind shots down the rails to try and get things as they rotate over that side. And it works both ways, to be honest with you. So you normally get your lights like a Vickers or even a T22, a medium, coming down to this area just to get those early spots to see what's going on with the rest of the team behind them. And again, it's a bit of a mirror on the other side. The other tanks generally go out wider, staying red lined all the way down, and then starting to rotate in around this point to get decent positions around here. Again, it always seems the same way on the other side. Some heavies and some teams do like to send tanks down this road. They send them down here just to put a bit of pressure on, see if they can get any caps, any spots, sorry, and then they come under the bridge and then into the desert that way to put pressure on. Some clans do like to be a little bit aggressive and stick into the B cap. Not always, but some do. And, well, we'll see what happens. C cap, well, some do take a C strat. It's very rare, but if they do, they generally jump in and then they come out and basically side scrape off this building and this building, keeping an eye on the B cap. The C strat, it's an interesting strat because then it means you have to make sure that the flanks are covered. And it's the flanks that then become a danger for the C cap, to be honest with you. Hence the reason why most of the teams like to go to the A cap. You generally get, therefore, a lot of brawling action between the A and the B rather than between the B and the C. But we'll see what happens. Let's have a quick look at Fort Despair if I've got it. Yes, I have. There it is. So Fort Despair, again, I mean, it's all a bit different. And I'll deal with the chat in a moment because there seems to be a lot of people who've new to Clan Wars. So Fort Despair, again, if you've got an inexperienced public team, then they will go to the C cap and it becomes a big brawl. Clan Wars a little bit different. Generally get some clans sending out their mediums, although I have been seeing a few heavies being sent out to this area. The reason being they can get good spots coming down in anything going towards the B cap. Generally don't take the A cap. Clans recently have been liking to send cran wagons and haul down tanks like that, even a Vickers, to this area, and again, it's a mirror from the other side. Again, just to get those spots to see if anybody's going into that corner. If there is no spots around this area, then you'll normally get clans taking a big super heavy like an E100 or a mouse, and they'll jump into the B cap and take that early cap advantage. Again, it works on both sides. Until that point, you normally get the super heavy like the mouse E100 side scraping off this building, and from the other side, they're normally side scraping off this corner here. Clans also like to send tanks like E5s, etc., to these little positions, and again, it's a mirror on the other side. The reason being, well, you can have resets on the C cap, and you can also spot things as they try to cross like a super heavy, like the mouse going into that corner. Very rarely, although it does happen on occasion, clans like the C strat, and they'll send like an IS-4 down here. You'll try and fast cap and then rotate out and try and side scrape off this corner. And it works exactly the same way the other side, although it's a little bit trickier the other side. They generally go in and then come back out and sort of side scrape around this area. You very rarely get a lot of action around the C cap until the end, but that's not to say we're not going to see any. You normally get the action around the B cap, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm wearing a cap today because I've been out and about. So, like I say, in every single time, we never really know what strats they're going to take. They have multiple strats for these maps, so we just never ever really know. Anyway, let's see if we've got any replays. I should have some replays. There's plenty of replays. We've got enough. Sorry, we've got 20 minutes. Sorry, 20 minutes. We've got 10 minutes. As I see Wild One's helper in the chat, let's stick one of his replays on. And whilst we're watching that, I'm going to drop my ugly mug off. You don't need to see me whilst the replay's going. The replay can do the talking. And I'll address some of the things in the chat. Okay, a couple of things. So, the show seems to be a flop. The show hasn't started yet. It starts in about 10 minutes, so it's hardly a flop. It's just starting. Rewards. Yes, there are no rewards other than my laid-back, charming, friendly personality and the amazing gameplay you're going to see from the clans. Believe me, that is much better than a trumpet avatar and a couple of boosters that you can get for free in any event. So believe me, it's much better. Aside from that, what else was there? Hello everybody. I'd love to say hello and really interact with you all, but it's pretty difficult because there is a delay. There's a big delay. What else it was saying? Which is the best tank in the game? There's no such thing. Because you have different types of tanks. You have a light tank, a medium tank, a heavy tank, and a TD. You have 10 tiers. So there's so many different parameters. There's no such thing as the best tank in the game. What one person thinks is a great tank, another person thinks is absolutely meh. So we'll see. Da -da 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 -da. What are we looking at here? Is it a dead chat? Well, I don't think so. I mean, at the moment we've got a chat rate of 2, which, okay, that's not exactly massive, but it's not the worst. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, you should be watching Wild One's helper rocking in his VK90. Yes. Keys. The only keys you'll get are the ones at a locksmith. You won't get any keys here. I want to see if been having terrible ping recently across all the servers. I think it's because they're tinkering with things. The ping has been terrible pretty much recently. It's a shame. You can't cross red lines because that's the edge of the map. That makes absolutely That's why you can't cross red lines. Because we always have people watching and not pressing up votes or down votes. It's as it goes. Always the way, I'm afraid. Always the way. It's a harsh environment, is YouTube. As Wild Ones Helper says, yes, you have to consider the red lines to be the event horizon, and you just can't. But you just can't pass the event horizon. Well, by the end of this replay, which is going to end pretty soon, I would have thought, we will be at the right time to jump in and see what the clans are taking meta-wise. Well, GV have tailed off a little bit recently, to be honest with you. I mean, they were flying high last year, and they sort of tailed off. You always lose viewers because the games haven't started yet. It's as simple as that. People jump in and people jump out. You have to remember, I mean, at the moment some maps are not available. Mirage, for one, is not available. Because they're tinkering with the aesthetics. That's a great brawl, Jack. Can't believe you survived that. Absolutely cannot believe you survived that. On 159 hit points and the IS-4 decided not to finish you off. Okay, I get it. Ash Killer, are you here for the stream? Are you here to watch things? Or are you here to be, a toxic troll? If you're here to be a toxic troll, then, no reason to be here, really, is there? So, we should have an invite. And we do have an invite. Look at that. Perfecto. Drop my ugly mug back on. Although we got 4 minutes, so we're going to jump out for a bit. Let's have a look, see if we got any other results. I wanted to see how Feast were getting on. They obviously went to a decider. Feast are through. Did they go to a decider though? Yes, they did. 2-1 against TW555. They're now rolling out against Team ID, so that'll be an interesting matchup. ECG has been pretty impressive. They've got Durr. Turned over PGMT. King, are they making a comeback? Oh, they are. They just turned over BM, but they've got RN next. RN is a pretty difficult team at the moment though. I mean, they are flying high. Have we got, well, PGMT, okay, not really. In EGS, not really any big shocks just at the moment, to be honest with you. However, with on the grounds that some of the big clans are now meeting up against each other, we are going to get some shocks today. Either Feast or ID is not going to go through. It's as simple as that. To tomorrow. So here we are. We are now in the group. So we will have GV starting on Desert Stands on the north spawn and DTG on the south. GV, with the exception of Nomads, are readied up. So we have Oslo in an IS-4, Capricorn in an E5, Yogai and Govinda in a Vickers, Liski in an IS-4, Monaco in an E5, and Tokyo in an E5, with Nomads potentially in an E5. So a lot of mobility and a lot of hull-down tanks there. That is purely looking like a desert strat. Moving over to DCG, we got Boycott in an E5, Eggtopia in an IS-4. I haven't really done DTG, so this is Master Olivia. Oh, there you go, look. Master Olivia in an E5. I don't know who this is. Pleng in an IS-4. Pitbulls in a Crown Wagon. Makezo in an IS-4 and X-Gang, potentially in the Vickers. So they've got a little bit more heavier, although now Tokyo and Liski have jumped into IS-4s as well, and so has Oslo. So They're changing around. They're changing around their meta here. That's no longer looking like just a straightforward desert strat. Probably, they're still toying around. I mean, we've got plenty of times when they're going to toy around with the meta for the moment. I mean, when you've got a load of E5s, and Tokyo has now jumped back into an E5 in Monaco in an Object 140, now we've got two IS4s. I'm expecting the two IS4s of GV to go down the line of the tracks like I showed you, and almost everybody else to go into the desert, especially with their haul down capabilities and mobility. Looking over onto DCG, well, the playing is potentially in an IS7. They're still toying. They're still toying with their meta here. They do have two IS4s and an IS7, so there is an IS7. They're going to be looking towards that B-cap area again, probably going down. I don't know. With the rest of them probably going out towards the desert, because that's what you generally tend to do with the haul down tanks. And you've got a lot of haul down tanks there. We've got the Vickers is just the Vickers. It's fast, it's mobile, it's very quick. It'll get the spots and it'll rotate around the map nicely. The Kranwagen and the E5s are good haul down tanks with good gun depression and pretty rock solid turrets. Don't get me wrong, the IS4 is also pretty decent haul down. The only problem is it's got pretty low depression. So 3 low gun depression tanks there in the IS4, the IS7, and another IS4. I mean, looking over at GV, okay, they've only got 2 IS4s, and they've got a lot more mobility. And it looks like is Monaco going to make way for Rome? I don't know here. We've already got. No, I don't know. We've only got 3 seconds left, so doubtful. So anyway, time for chat about what and when and how they're going to do it is over. And now we get to see exactly what they're going to do. Hit points, wow, DTG, sorry, do have the majority hit points, but they do have an extra heavy in the form of the IS-7. So let's go up high into the back of the map. And as we can see here, I mean, GV, no surprises. They are doing the desert strat. X-Gang is going to the position that I pointed out, along with Yogang and Vinda also moving towards that position. And here comes the high ping and the FPS dropping. Surprisingly, they've gone to the C-cap. So that has surprised me, to be fair. That will now give GV the message that basically the A-cap is just free real estate. And they'll just drop into that A-cap nicely. And then what they'll do, they'll look at defensive positions on the B-cap and stack their tanks on one of the 2 flanks. And this is where DTG have now got to be careful. As I pointed out in the flyover, it's great to defend the B-cap, which is what they're going to do now. If you have a look, the E5 of Boycott and Master Olivier are going to overlook that, are going to side scrape off the edge of the buildings, like I said, and overlook the B-cap. But now they've got to also cover those flanks, and we've got Oslo and Tokyo on the right flank, and Yoga and Govinda in the Vickers over on the left flank. Now, Yoga and Govinda is there to look to see exactly what's over this side. Now, he's already spotted a Crown Dragon and IS-4, so he is sending a message back to the team that most of their tanks are on this side, because there's no way you're just going to stick one IS-4 and one Crown Dragon over here. So they know that. They know that some other tanks are over on the other, overlooking the C-cap, because everybody does. Which means, and if basically there could be a double strat here from GV through the middle at the same time as going over this flank here. So at the moment, what you've got Nomads there, who's just in a lovely little haul down position overlooking the B-cap. You've got Capricorn and Liski, well, they're just toying around with people. We've got Monaco right at the back in the Object 140, and Oslo, oh, that's a great shot into Tokyo, right through the rails. Now we've got Boycott and X-Gang now covering this flank. So GV, well, they're not going to move anytime soon, to be honest with you. They'll probably get to they're 10 behind at the moment, so all they need to do is take out one tank. They don't even need to get the B-cap. Yoga and Govinda and Capricorn are over here. And as you can see, my ping is fluctuating up and down, because seriously, I mean, the servers have been terrible recently. So, So it all depends now what GV are going to do. And you can see that DTG, well, they haven't consolidated as such. They haven't really moved. Their tanks are stacked on this flank, which is probably the best position for them to be in because it offers them the most protection. But I mean, if I'm trying to anticipate and there they go, they are coming down this flank. I expected GV to come down here, but at the same time, I was also expecting them to move over on the left flank to lose Capricorn and then push Liski and Nomads through the middle. And it looks like that's what they're doing. So Tokyo and Oslo are over the tracks. Monaco will join them. Nomads and Liski are pushing through the middle towards the B cap. That doesn't surprise me. Capricorn is basically the sacrificial lamb here. And he's doing a good job though. I mean, he's taking four tanks out of the equation, whilst the rest of GV are just able to bully their way through to the C cap. And you can see DTG, they're not losing hit points as rapidly as GV would like, but they are losing hit points. And Boycott is being focused here. Papleng is also going to be focused here, and although Tokyo pushes right through he's trying to get Master Olivier down. And as you can see, GV have now taken the advantage here. Capricorn's gone down, however, and so has Oslo. And DTG now get the advantage back. So they've got to take another tank out of the equation. And I can't see who it's going to be apart from Boycott. They've got to focus here, GV, as DTG will get it. Tokyo is going to go down. Down he goes. DTG should be able to get this. They failed to get rid of Boycott here. They need to get rid of Boycott. And Yogai Govinda really needs to win his battle over there with the Vickers. But Boycott still hasn't gone down. This is going to be a loss to GV. This is going to go to DTG. Their failure to take the tanks out, unfortunately, has been their undoing here. Yogai Govinda did manage to take the Vickers, so it's turned it around again. But Liski is now in a dangerous position. And there you go. Liski's gone down. It's 2 against too many. Okay, Monaco is very healthy, but it's irrelevant because Yogai Govinda isn't, and Monaco in the Object 140 cannot take on this many heavies. Lack of focus fire by GV led to that disaster, to be fair. I mean, Capricorn did his job. They just faltered on their push into that C cap. And with that falter, well, unfortunately, it came back to bite them and gives DTG the advantage and the game. I'm sorry, I hate to be too harsh on GV there, but the failure to get rid of Boycott, he did 2.3k damage in the end. He was a one-shot for a long time, and they didn't take him down. In this level in Clan Wars, you can't afford to do that. You've got to get those tanks out of the game for many, many reasons. Capricorn, as I said, did his job. He wasn't meant to do much other than be a meat shield and the sacrificial lamb. He did his job. It all went sort of wrong in the middle area around the C cap. Let's be honest. It was a good push as well by GV. It was a good push over the flank and through the middle at the same time. DTG were caught on the back foot. But again, I have to say, unfortunately, the lack of focus fire in the push on the flank was the undoing. So, switching those spawn points here. This time we have GV on the south spawn, DTG on the north. We will have Oslo in an E4, Capricorn potentially in a Crown Wagon, Yogai Govinda in a T22, Liski in an IS4, Monaco in an E5, Rome in a Crown Wagon, Tokyo in an IS4. So, 3 super heavies this time. 3 more heavies this time. Well, they've all been heavies, but heavy heavies. In other words, 3 IS4s. Not 2 mediums. Well, 1 medium and a light. Moving over to DTG, we have the Boycott in an E5, Ectopia in an IS4, Master Olivier in an E5, Papleng in an IS7, Pitballs in a Crown Wagon, Nakazo in an IS4 and Exgan in a Vickers. Basically, no change to their meta. no change to their meta, which means potentially no change to their strat. Are they going to do a mirror of what they just did? It's unlike teams to do the same strat twice, but you never know. Worked the first time, it can therefore work a second time. Anyway, let's get a pie into the back. Well, this time GV are sending their tanks to the C strat. And DTG are doing the same strat in reverse. No change to the strat. Master Olivier straight into the C cap. Now we got GV with the IS-4s rotating in, trying to put the pressure on. First blood, however, goes to DTG. This is like more what you get in a quick tour rather than a clan war tour. I'm being honest. You normally get this in the QTs. You don't normally get this at the level of clan wars. To be fair. So they're stuck around there at the moment. Capricorn and the Crown Dragon's trying to get around the back. So it's a bit brawly, this one. It is a bit brawly. Tokyo is trying to come round and put shots in. He may have bitten off a bit more than he can chew there, and he's lost a shed load of hit points in doing that. That was a very aggressive move and not really needed. And now he's down and out. So I don't know why he did that. Okay, but boycott. Maybe they'll finish him off this time. Oslo is looking to get the kill. Oslo does get the kill. So this time, it's just a big brawl. Master Olivier should go down here to Oslo as well. No, goes down to Rome. But now Capricorn is, well, effectively a one-shot, and down he goes. So 3 tanks down on DTG and 2 tanks down on GV. Monaco and Oslo should be, oh, that was like double tapped into Pleng. Oslo is a one-shot, and now DTG are failing to finish off these low hits. Eggtopia this time is going to go down. This is much better focus fire from GV than what we saw in the last game. I'm going to be honest. Eggtopia goes down. Now it's 2 against too many. Oslo should go down. I say should. There he goes. But it's still 2 against too many. This is much better coordination by GV. Much better focus fire. They actually concentrated on getting those low hit point tanks down. Didn't do anything too fancy. Tokyo was a little bit aggressive, but it worked for them. Nakazo goes down, and it's all over. GV bring it back, and we go to Fort Despair. You can see there, this time, GV a lot more determined and a lot more coordinated than what we saw in the first game. Really took the battle to DTG, and this time GTG really had no comeback, and it was their focus fire that lacked to this time. They were a little bit discombobulated, a little bit discoordinated, and a little bit disorientated, allowing GV to just pick them off. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, in the first game, GV failed to take down those low hit point tanks. Their focus fire was not as focused as it was in this game. Moving out now to Fort Despair. Well, here we go. You'll start to see super heavies. So at the moment, we have Oslo potentially in a mouse, Capricorn in a Kranwagen, Yoga and Govinda in a T22, Liski in a mouse, Monaco in an E5, Rome potentially in an E100, and Tokyo in an IS4. And GV will be going off on the south spawn. Looking over at DTG, we have Boycott in a Kranwagen, Eggtopia in the IS4, Master Olivier in an E5, Peleng in an IS4, Pitbull in a mouse, Nicasio in a E5, and X-Gang in a Vickers. Rome has changed to a Kranwagen. They didn't really need 3 super heavies. GV have got to pull their finger out because this is basically do or die. Same as DTG. However, DTG this time have, GV, sorry, last time, did play a lot better, more like what you'd expect, to the detriment of DTG. Looking at the hit points, wow, with those two mouses, GV were always going to take the hit point lead of almost 900, which is pretty significant, to be fair. Let's get up high. I mean, I'm expecting that B strat, and at the moment GV are not disappointing. They are heading that way. Let's have a look at DTG, see what they're going to be doing. I'm expecting again. Well, we've got X-Gang and Master Olivier heading towards the C cap. Yogai and Govinda is going to go to the spot that I showed you on the flyover, and he's going to see Boycott, Egtopia, Paleng, and Nicasio as soon as he can. And there you go. There's one, there's two, there's three. He even spots the mouse and X-Gang. So a lot of spotting up there by Yogai and Govinda. Fantastically done. The IS-4 Tokyo and the E5 Monaco have gone out wide, like I pointed out. Now Capricorn will stay there with his hull down tank. Oslo, well, he's just side scraping off the edge of the building, like we pointed out in the flyover. There he is. And if we have a look around, you will see that Pitbull's in his mouse is side scraping off the other one. So it's pretty much like we showed you in the flyover. Yogai and Govinda rotating all the way back round in that T22, probably looking to try and snip the C cap. X-Gang is down there, so this is more of a traditional clan wars type strat. Oslo gets a bit of a smacking from Egtopia. That was a good heat roll into his cheeks. I'm trying to see where Yogai and Govinda went. There is Yogai and Govinda. He's just rotating around in that T22, thinking about where to go. Rome in the Crown Wagon here is just sitting back. He's just dropped his super sight, which gives him much better coordination in trying to hit Egtopia in that IS-4. And he does. So DTG really can't push anywhere at the moment. GV are happy to hold them at this moment in time. GV, a lot more experience in their team. Although Tokyo is being, well, as Tokyo does, slightly aggressive, trying to push forward there. He is safe because the IS-4, it's the bottom plate. Although what you generally find in clan wars is the players use more premium ammunition than standard, just to get those. The idea being, unlike our normal games, in these games, bounces do cost games. I mean, Boycott, they're getting a HE roll into him. Bounces cost games, so the guys are looking to penetrate almost every single shot. And for that, they will use more premium ammunition than most games, just to be sure that they're getting some penetration. And there's a bit of a stalemate one here. I mean, I'm getting package loss now. Lovely, eh? I don't know what's been going on with these servers recently. They must be tinkering with it somewhere. So again, I mean, at the moment, GV have been whittled down, but so has DTG. So the hit point deficit, well, remains the same. DTG. Jack. Here comes X-Gang of DTG trying to look at trying to move around, but at the moment it is really a standoff. Who's going to blink first? As I said, GV are just hopeful here to just bleed them a little bit, which is exactly what they're doing, and they'll bleed them to a point where they'll think, okay, now it's time to move, and then they'll push. And you're probably going to see a push coming from, as Rome, eventually they'll coordinate up. Like Rome should hook up with Oslo in the mouse, and Liski will start pushing through. Of course, that's they're going to wait until DTG do something, but DTG are not in the mind to do anything at the moment. Tokyo is trying to flush them out, but it's just not working. The B cap now, there we go. DTG, they made the first move. They've stumped into the B cap. Now this is going to prompt GV to make their move. Oslo moves in. Liski is moving in. Tokyo and Monaco are moving down onto the E5s of Nicasio and Papleng. And this is what GV were waiting for. Now Capricorn. So it's just spurred them into action. But Boycott goes down. Admittedly, Oslo is now a one-shot. Eggtopia should take him down, but Liski is a mouse also, and down goes Oslo, but now Liski and Rome have turned up. Down go Nicasio. Tokyo is a one-shot, but in playing should be able to finish him off, but Monaco is there, and so is Yogai and Govinda. They will lose him, but at the same time, on the other side, Eggtopia will go down. Down goes Tokyo. Yogai and Govinda putting shots in again. GV have got to finish these tanks off. They've got to be focused. Eggtopia did go down. They're still trying to get pit bulls out, and that's taken a long time. I mean, we've got a mouse and a Kranwagen onto him, but it's all happening over this side at the moment. Monaco, Yogai and Govinda finally coming in. Peplaying should go down here. Yogai and Govinda should take Peplaying as Master Olivier pushes down onto Monaco. Now it's in the hands of GV. Down he goes. So now they still didn't finish that mouse. Pitbulls is still very, very, very healthy. X-Gang, well, he's a Vickers. He'll get some good shots in, but he will be shut down by Capricorn. And it's just the mouse they've got to deal with. Down he goes, courtesy of Yogai and Govinda. Now it's just Pitbulls in the mouse. And he's just going to be bullied. And that's exactly what GV were waiting for. What's wrong with my cap, F? Down he goes. So GV getting it. Nothing wrong with my cap, F. Plus it says boss. That was a much better game from GV. And like I said, they were just waiting for DTG to make a move. And they made the move. DTG made the move. They pushed into the B cap. And that prompted GV to just push out and really, really punish them. Let's just see how many people are on the server at the moment. It's not like the server's busy, but I don't know why the loss and everything is so bad at this moment in time. So let's have a look, see who GV have got next. Well, ECG and ENT are through already. So is HLV and E7. So who have GV got? Oh, GV have got HLV on Black Goldville and then Naval Frontier. Let's have a quick look at Black Goldville. Why not? Here we go. So, just so you don't do spoilers, guys. Come on. There's a delay. So, this is Black Goldville. It's a very, very, very interesting map in the Clan War scenario. What you normally have a medium or even a light coming down here on this side, trying to get to this position, get those spots. A great position because one, you can stay hull down. Two, if you've got a Vickers, you get to see things going around over there. And you get a similar spot on the other side, by the way, just here. From this side, well, if the clans do take out E5, sometimes they like to stick them on this sort of area here and then push their lights and mediums like a T22 or something around this area just to get those spots. If there's nothing in the C cap, in the A cap, sorry, then you'll generally get the T22 popping in. You'll also see, it's not uncommon to have a Kranwagen around here just to put that reset in. More recently, clans have been liking to send their heavies over to this area, pushing 2 down and 2 to the back over this side. And then it becomes basically a brawl. And you normally get brawls around between the C and the B cap area. It all depends. From this side of the map, well, pretty much the same. You go to the same spotting bush there. You will see on occasion IS4, sorry, and potentially Kranwagens here. And again, you see clans taking their heavies down towards that C cap area. There isn't a similar spot for the E5s, so normally clans like to hold back in this area a little bit, push their T22s and stuff like that around and do pretty much the same thing. It's not uncommon, but it's not as regular as you would expect to see brawls around the A cap. As I said, most of the brawls are between the B cap area, around this sort of area here, into the B cap, and towards the C cap. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do then, Jack. Let me just download a couple of replays before I do Fort Despair. And I'll close. I mean, and then what I'll do, I'll close Discord if you think that's what's causing the delay. And the next one was, I've forgotten. It was Black Goldville, Naval Frontier. Naval Frontier. So I've got 10 minutes before the next game. No, I'm still getting lost, Jack. So let's have a look at this one. Naval Frontier, right. Plenty of things to do on Naval Frontier. Clearly there's normal spotting bush there overlooking the B cap that a lot of people like to go to. Most recently, clans like to send their tanks out to the C cap, especially things like an IS-4. Why? Because you can get into this like little area here, keep your bottom plate covered, and basically take the cap. It's the same from the other side. You can do exactly the same thing. It's almost a mirror. At the same time, some clans like to send cranwagons or such like up high just to support that IS. And same over there, they like to send a cranwagon to about that position to overlook. We then have, if they are taking a 50B and they're not looking at the A cap, they'll stick a 50B probably here, just in case something comes rotating round this corner, then the 50B can smack it. If they go for the A strat, then they will send E5s up here, fast cap it, and then basically be careful because you never know if there's something in that position there. If they want to be particularly aggressive, and I have seen this happen, they will send their tanks down here, peel one off to sit here on the B cap, and then take the rest of them, E5s or cranwagons, up and try and push around here. That's a very aggressive strat. It works on both sides, but it is aggressive. Another aggressive strat that I've seen clans do is push down this route with their heavies, and again, try and get round here, whilst putting pressure there as well, but again, it's a very aggressive strat. What you generally find with Naval Frontier, it's all about the B cap. And you get a lot of brawling on the two up areas, the B cap itself, and between the B and the C. But again, you never know, multiple strats that these guys do on these maps. Of course it's a cap. What's wrong with the cap? Why has everybody had a problem with the cap, man? So we're going out in what, 6 minutes, I think? It should be 6 minutes. Let's have a look at the chart though, see if there are any upsets. Well, King, ID, Dirt and Cam 1 all failing to make it to the semi-finals today. So they won't go through to tomorrow. That'll be a blow to ID. ECG, Feast, ENT and RN all through, and not really surprised with those lot. We have GV, HLV, E7 and Cats through. So DCGTB, well, they'll be disappointed. They were having a good season, to be honest with you. And that's about it, really. No real major upsets. What time are we going out? Oh yeah, we're going out in 6 minutes. So we'll be getting the invite very, very shortly. Rewards? No. The reward you get on this stream is laid back, friendly personality and absolutely amazing gameplay from the clans. It wasn't Discord, you see, Jack, that's dropping it. It is most definitely the servers. Anyway, jump in, jump out. I generally wait till we get to the 3.5 minute mark before I jump back in. Let's open a container. Not one of those, one of these. A 3-1. Boosters. And more boosters. So we've got just over 4 minutes, so there's no point jumping in yet. It's really hot today and I had to go out earlier. That's why I'm wearing a cap, basically. The only reason. Just wanted to wear a cap. Simple as that. Nothing wrong with that, is there? I might wear it again tonight on EU. I'm undecided. Okay, let's jump in. We're still waiting for the teams to come in and ready up though. We've still got over 3 minutes. There's plenty of time. Not like it's they're on the back foot or anything here, because they're not. So just put in the picture for those of you who are technically minded. My KBS at the moment is 15,453. So the connection to the internet is perfect. I have no drop frames. I have a CPU running at 9%. And I have an FPS fluctuating in line with the game. That's the problem. So the FPS is running in line with the game at the moment. At the moment it's at 60, but it fluctuates between 60 and 58 and then drops down a little bit. But it's always, as long as it doesn't drop below 30, then generally it's okay. You'll get a little bit of lag, but there's been lag on the game all weekend really. So for those of you who are technically minded, that is. Anyway, teams are starting to roll in now, just under 2 minutes. Still got plenty of time. We will have GV on the south spawn and HLV on the north spawn here on Black Goldville. And I've just realised, because I'm being a plonker, I dropped the sound. Nobody told me there was no game sound because I dropped it. So you're not hearing any game sound because I dropped it out because I was doing something else yesterday and I dropped the game sound out and I didn't put it back in. So you've actually heard no game noises and nobody told me. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now you will hear the game noises. It wasn't my audio, it's just that I turned the game sound on the game. So we're still waiting for the teams to ready up. I mean, it's less than a minute now, and HLV have only got 6 players at this moment. But there could be one waiting in the wings. I say that because we're sat with GV, so I don't get to see who HLV have got in the middle. Well, at the moment we have Capricorn potentially in an E5, Nomads in an E5, Yogai and Govindra in a T22, Liski in an E5, Monaco in a Vickers, Rome potentially in an IS4, and Tokyo in an IS4. Capricorn actually changed to an IS4. Moving over to HLV, I'm quite alarmed that only 3 of them are ready. 4 of them are ready now, and there's only 6 of them in the team. We have Enjoy Solo Q in the IS4, 7710 in the Clan Wagon, Blood and Wine in the IS4, Kuyu in an E5, Safety Zone in a T22, and Momosaku in an E5. They've only got 6, and they're already on the back foot. They're already under immense pressure. That's not going to help them. You can see there my ping on Asia today is 130. It's never at 130. It's always around 90. So significant HP difference in favour of GV. So GV here will be looking at capitalise that advantage. Monaco there, well, he is going to run to that spot I told you. This time Capricorn feeling that because they're a tank light, he can push really forward in the IS4 to the rock T22 of Yogai and Govinda have already drummed into the A cap. Tokyo, so they're not even bothering with putting their E5s on that ramp there. The Crown Wagon is where we are. Nobody went to the C strat. They think it's going to be a brawl. Now the thing is, GV could get two. My ping is just fluctuating madly. So they could be looking at. They could get too overconfident, thinking that because they've got the additional tank. And you can see here, Yogai Govinda is being bled a little bit. He's already lost quite a few hit points, which is bringing that deficit closer, to be honest with you. And when you're facing a clan and a team like this, where they are a tank light, there is a tendency to get a little bit over-aggressive and take the battle to them. And now you can see that HLV have almost brought GV's hit point deficit on par with theirs. I mean, it was 3,000 a minute ago. Now it's only 1,000. Now Tokyo is being absolutely pummeled here. And this is one of the dangers you get when fighting against Tokyo's down. So now the hit points are almost next to nothing. It's almost even Stevens. And now the tanks on the battlefield are the same. Yes, okay, GV are in. I've got the hit point. I've got the advantage on the base points. But Nomads is going to go down here. Mamasaka is going to take him down. Okay, Enjoy Solo Q is going to go down. He's a one-shot on 279. But, I mean, this is a big turnaround by HLV. And this is one of the dangers that you face when you go out being overconfident because the other side have a tank less. So, we have now got hit points in favour of HLV. And they started 3,000 hit points lower. Rome is going to go down here. Oh, Enjoy Solo Q finally went down, but he was a one-shot for a long time. Well, Rome will go down here. Safety zone has gone down. But HLV are by no means out of the game. By no means. Base points, yes they are, but GV have got less hit points. Now, if they could just focus Capricorn here, who's giving Momosaku a hard time, and there goes Capricorn. So now it's 3 against 4. Hit points in favour, however, now of GV. But 7-7-10 is quite healthy. Yogai and Govinda isn't that healthy. Blood in Wine is healthy. Liski is trying to get rid of Koyu. Blood in Wine comes in to try and prevent that. Koyu, well, can't really do much about it. Down he goes. Now it's 3 on 3, and now it does. The pendulum does swing back into. Oh no! What there go? Now it's 2 on 2. Now it's 2 on 2 again. It's a pendulum swing forwards and backwards there. But now HLV are really going to go down. They've only got 259 hit points. 7-7-10 and Blood in Wine. 7-7-10 goes down. It's going to go to GV, and it does. But I tell you what, that was nervous. That was not as easy as GV expected. That was a valiant effort by HLV with only 6 players. And like I said, I mean, GV could have lost that. They could have lost that. And you can see there, HLV dished out more damage. And it was only because they had a tank less that they lost. So you have to be careful, guys, when you approach these games. Don't underestimate the opponent. Now HLV, Boa Sorte's finally rocked up. Now they have a full team. Back onto Black Goldville, GV on the North spawn, HLV on the south. Capricorn IS4, Nomads E5, Yogai and Govinda T22, Liski E5, Monaco Vickers, Rome, Kranwagen, Tokyo IS4. Moving over to HLV, we have Enjoy Solo Q in the IS4, 7-7-10 in the Kranwagen, Blood and Wine in the IS4, Boa Sorte in the Kranwagen, Koyu in an E5, Safety Zone in the T22, and Mamasaku in an E5. But this is my free-to-play account, Arpit. Bet you haven't got more credits in free XP on my main account than me. Like I said, this I mean, I don't know. Who knows? No, they have no idea, Rakesh. Completely oblivious to that understanding. They don't know. They just don't know. They don't see what you're seeing in any way, shape or form, actually. So, are HRV going to turn it around and take it to Naval Frontier? Only time will tell. This is the semi-finals. Both are through to tomorrow. Looking at the leaderboard, they can afford to lose one. But they're into tomorrow, so it's not really going to make much of a difference to them in the grand scheme of things. Hit points, wow. HLV now top it. Now they've got their tanks back. So this is going to be probably a completely different kind of strat from GV. Monaco is going to still go to that spot I showed you, but in Capricorn he's going to be in a similar spot to where he was last time. But this time we got the E5s, along with Tokyo of GV heading towards that C cap. HLV, however, wow, Enjoy Solar Q in the IS-4. He's on the ramp, just getting those looks. Safety zone in the T-22. Now, as I showed you, now they've got their full tanks. They're just keeping their heavies just back a little bit here, which is normal. That's normal strat, what they do. C cap has been taken, so GV will get the cap advantage. 7710 is overlooking the B cap. Enjoy Solo Q is in a very advanced position now, where the mediums and lights would normally be. HRV and I dropping into the A cap. That's Blood and Wine doing that. Basically, what's going to happen now is they're trying to work out how many tanks. The 7710 has spotted Liski here in the E5. So 7710 is spotting them up. Liski's just getting into a bit more safety, same as Nomads. So 7710, he's been bled a little bit, but nothing to write home about. And now Nomads has been seen, he's been spotted. That was Blood and Wine from across the map, I believe, smacking him there. So HLV are slowly trying to whittle them down. Enjoy Solo Q is in a very good position. It is a very good position, this one, even in pub matches. This is a great position to be in if you can get there. Especially in a tank like an IS-4 or anything that has got a rock-solid turret. So now we see there are 3 tanks in the C cap. Capricorn is overlooking B. Bloody Wine and Boa Sorte, well, they're trying to put a little bit of pressure down on this flank, and Rome would be the object of attention, followed by Monaco, maybe even Tokyo. Although Bloody Wine is hoping to get things from across the map as well. We're probably going to see it around, well, the 200 mark. You'll probably start to see HLV making a move for potentially the B or the C cap. They are rotating their tanks back round through their spawn. Ping is so up and down. And they're going to go for the C strat, actually. So Momosaku Koyu is going to join up with 7710, and they're going to push onto the C strat, onto the C cap. So we're going to get round the back of C to see this. Liski is being bled. I mean, Enjoy Solo Q is there for that reason. Blood and Wine is there for that reason also. So 7710, oh look at Blood and Wine just putting shots into Liski. This is good stuff from HLV. Really good coordination, really good focus fire. They've got the advantage on this side. They are going to start whittling tanks down. 650, yeah, well, I expect them to go a little bit later, but 650 is a good timing to go. Jogai Govinda is now basically a one-shot. So is Liski. Tokyo is trying to come in and help out, but they're not interested. They want Liski out the game. They've got 3 tanks here, which means they've got 4 tanks in the middle. But Jogai Govinda is basically out of it. He can't do much. In fact, Jogai Govinda is so out of it, he's gone to the garage. Same as Liski. Nomads here is going to go down. This is swinging everything in favour of HLV. Momosaku will take him down. Tokyo will be next on the list. In the meantime, Capricorn has also gone down. And now they're just whittling them down here. Monaco is being bled, but Tokyo is the focus of attention. He's going to be surrounded and bullied and harassed by everything that HLV have on this side. 4 against 1 effectively. I'm going to leave that. There's no point watching that. The Kranwagen of Rome is very healthy, but Enjoy Solo Q and Blood and Wine are able to cope with this. Now HLV have got 900 points. They are stealing ahead here. It's 2 against far too many. It's going to be 7-0 at this rate because Boa Sorte is in a very, very safe position now, and he's the lowest hit point tank out there. Enjoy Solo Q is going to put side shots in. They still like to get Monaco. Oh, that's a great shot by Enjoy Solo Q, and it's all over. It wasn't 7-0, but it almost was. So, I can't do a platoon, can I? I'm doing this, R-Pit. Come on, man. So you can see that, I mean, how dominant HLV were there. And they really, really put the pain onto GV, pushing it to Naval Frontier and that decider here today. So we go out to Naval Frontier. This is potentially, well, it's not potentially. This is, no, it's potentially, no, it's not. Because whoever loses this will go into third place playoff. So they've still got, both teams have still got 2 games to play. But this is to decide who gets to the final today. We will have GV on the south spawn, HLV on the north spawn. So looking at the way that they're going to roll, well, we've just got over a minute, so they're going to be picking their tanks pretty darn quick. GV, well, they're going for the super heavy strap. Oslo in a mouse, Capricorn in an E5, Yoga and Gavinda in a mouse, Liski in a Kranwagen, Monaco in a Kranwagen, Rome in a Vickers, Tokyo in an IS-4. HLV, well, Enjoy Solo Q does like his mouses, to be fair. 7710 in the 50B. He will be joined by Koyu in a 50B. So double 50B strat. Blood and Wine and Boa Sorte both doubling up as well in Kranwagens. Momosaku in an IS-4, Safety Zone in the T22, and Enjoy Solo Q definitely in the mouse. A lot more mobility on the HLV team, oddly enough, mainly because there are 2 IS-4s and 2 mouses on the other side. So GV, they may come a cropper with the lack of mobility, but they've got a lot of HP to go through. Those 50Bs, however, can be dangerous. They really can be dangerous, and trust me, these guys in HLV know how to play those tanks. So the hit points in favour of GV by 2,000 almost. That's because of the 2 mouses and the 2 IS-4s. Compared to the Kranwagens, the T22 and the 250Bs. However, mobility and, if I'm being honest, DPM are in favour of HLV here. I'm expecting nothing other than B and A from GV with those mouses and with those IS-4s. And as you can see here, the AMX 50B, you've got Koyu just holding in the normal TD spot. Enjoy Solo Q is joined by 7710 in his 50B. The Kranwagens of Boa Sorte and Blood and Wine are heading for the A cap, and that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. The mouses are heading for B. So Safety Zone will now know it's safe to go and drop into that C cap, and Enjoy Solo Q will try and put side shots in, as he does. Boa Sorte drops down to put pressure onto Oslo. Well, he's not dropped down, he's just sort of hanging on the edge. Now he drops down. Now 7710 in the 50B is spurned into action. He's going to put a lot of shots into Oslo. Oslo is the focus of attention here. Enjoy Solo Q will put one up his tailpipe. Down he goes. So they've already lost a big super heavy. Yogai Navinda is now the focus of attention because he's out in the middle. Once 7710 and Koyu load up, they will be able to put a lot of pain in. And Koyu, he is loaded. There goes shot number 1, but it bounces. Shot number 2 also bounces. What about 3rd time's the charm, maybe, Koyu? No, 3 times he bounced. However, at the moment, control is certainly with HLV. Capricorn is a 1-shot in the IS-4. HLV haven't taken the cap. And Liski and Rome are trying to get shots around the back, but now Enjoy Solo Q is going to push. Boa Sorte is with him. Yogan Gavinda thankfully has got back into some form of cover and gone a little bit hauled down. But oh, that's a big miss by Enjoy Solo Q onto Capricorn 1, but he's going to ram him. Rammed him to oblivion. And why not? Boa Sorte is looking worse for wear, but HLV have still got this. Blood and Wine is down in the Kranwagen, but 7710 is loading. And they're looking to put a bit of pressure onto Momosaku here. Boa Sorte is coming around to help out and probably try and take out Tokyo. Oh, Tokyo is taken down by Momosaku, actually. That has made Liski think again. Monaco and the Kranwagen will probably now push onto Momosaku. Yogai Gavinda is tussling here with Enjoy Solo Q. This is definitely going to go to HLV, I think. Down he goes. Hit points are in favour of HLV. Oh, and now it's 2 against too many again. We got Liski and Monaco both in Kranwagens. Koyu is now fully loaded in the 50B. He's going to put a lot of pain into Liskey. There goes shot number 1. Here comes shot number 2. Shot number 3 for a charm. There you go. Boom. Enjoy solo Q takes him. He didn't fire, Koyu. Monaco is the last man standing. And HLV going to take it. Pushing GV into the 3rd place playoff. Well played by HLV. Convincingly played. So HLV will now move into the final here today. Let's find out. So HLV will move forward and they will place, we have no idea. So we're still waiting for E7 and Cats to finish their game. They're still tussling out there. The semi-finals, well, how did Feast get on? Oh, Feast are into the finals. They turned over ENT. Who are they going to be facing, though? Is it going to be RN? Well, they're still tussling as well. I can't, unfortunately, play a replay because I don't know, but I need to just pop to the little boys' room. Back in a moment. Okay, I used to be back. So, we're still waiting. Oh, that's spring season number 6. What am I doing? We're still waiting for the results. And until we get the results, I don't know what time they're going off in the semi-finals or in the 3rd place playoff. There we go. So it's HLV and E7 going off. We are going straight into 3rd place playoff, though. Without any further ado, this is going to be GV against Cats. I'm just going to jump back out again until we're ready. Nomads, will you stop doing that? Stop with the spoilers, guys. You're forgetting that there is a delay on the stream. Let's jump into... well, they've still got over 3 minutes, so Cat's on here, yeah. We're on Middleburg. I haven't got enough time to do a flyover, as I would. We will have GV on the south spawn, Cats on the north spawn. Middleburg is always an interesting map. So, is it going to be a full-on C-strap? There are people going to move around to the bottom into the town area? Well, I just don't know. That's the thing. We will find out. So, Wild One's Help was telling me that Discord sometimes makes packet loss. Well, it has nothing to do with Discord. Liking those. Da, 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 da. Right, we still haven't readied up. They've still got over a minute, so. So we've still got plenty of time. Still got time, they're still not ready. Just letting them a minute to go. We got Oslo in an E5. Capricorn potentially in a 1. They're changing, but that's the problem. So come on. Oslo in potentially in an E5. Capricorn, Oslo in an IS4. Capricorn in a Crown Dragon. Nomads in an IS4. Yogang Govinda in an E5. Monaco in an E5. Rome in a Vickers. Tokyo in a 260. So we get to see the Object 260. Yeehaw. Cats, well, Eye Lion in a Mouse. Cost effective in a T22, Hermes in a Vickers, Mummy in a VK72. I always get this one mixed up. Axiomatic, that's it. I always get it mixed up. I always drop the R, sorry, Axiomatic. Is in an E5. Temptation, that's it. Temptation in a Mouse and Mentalium in a Crown Dragon. And we're set to go here for the 3rd place playoff. Ba-da-ba-ba. So, I wonder where they're going to send that 260. We will find out soon. Let's get a pie. So, GV, well, Rome and Tokyo, Valley, Vickers and 260 are moving towards the C cap. Cats are also rotating up to this way. Hermes is already there. He's been spotted. Tokyo has also been spotted, but Tokyo is going to jump straight in. Hermes rotating out. In fact, they're going down. The whole of Cats is going down. Now, what have GV done? Well, GV have positioned themselves for Cats going down the bottom. They sort of anticipated that with the VK and the Mouses, hence the reason why they didn't push their tanks up, which is very clever. Very good reading by GV this. So the E5s and Capricorn here in the Crown Dragon, just waiting to see. A cap has been taken. Eyeline and Temptation are now going to try and push onto the B cap. As you can see, they're trying to look for shots onto Oslo, who is nicely behind the building, and Nomads is also nicely in cover. So the Mouses can't get any shots on here. They're just going to side scrape off. At the moment, Cats do have the base point advantage. Mummy Milkers is just holding back in the VK72. Metallium and Axiomatic are just holding here in the Crown Dragons. No reason for... And then you got the Vickers and T22 cost effective just holding at the back. There's no reason for Cats to make any silly moves at the moment. They do have the advantage. Ping is going mad. Come on, Ping. Settle down, stupid thing. Now, Temptation has sort of worked out where the other heavies are. They're over there. There's Capricorn. Puts a good shot in. Don't see what... oh my god, the ping is just going through the roof. And it's not my internet. So the Vickers of Hermes and T22 cost effective are now looking to get into safe positions, rotate round and push onto the 260 probably. Mummy Milkers got a little bit bled, but nothing to write home about. About 3 tanks out of the battle, leaving 4 down here. Capricorn is moved very far forward to try and put a little bit of pressure onto Temptation. As you can see, I mean, Tokyo and Rome are rotating out of there because they know that they're going to be smacked. Nomads in Oslo pushing onto Temptation now. Temptation here is also going to be smacked. Temptation rotating back. Now spurt the Crown Dragons of Metallium and Axiomatic. They've got to push round Eye Lion and Temptation to help out those Crown Wagons. The VK-72 is coming back. Oslo is worse for wear. That push did not work, although Metallium should go down. Down he goes. But now in comes Mommy Milkers. Oh, down goes Oslo. So they both lost a tank each, but Cats are being whittled down quicker, if I'm being honest, than... but they are taking down the low hit point tanks. Down goes Nomads. So 2 tanks down, but Axiomatic is a one-shot. Monaco should finish him off, and he does. However, now Capricorn is in a world of pain. He's surrounded by basically a lot of super heavy tanks, and they're not interested. They're moving on to the E5 of Monaco. All 3 guns of the super heavies focused on Monaco. Down goes Monaco. Now they can look at Capricorn. Moving over to the other side quickly, because that's 3 on 1, and that's basically all over. Tokyo is being absolutely pummeled here in the 260. Cost Effective is behind him. Down he goes. Young guy Govinda is very healthy, and he's now rotated into the battle over the other side. Capricorn goes down. The young guy Govinda is the last man standing. This is going to go to Cats. And again, focus fire and mistimed pushes are really having an effect on GV here. They just seem to be a little bit overly aggressive at the moment, GV. If I'm being honest, just a little bit overly aggressive. A bit like they're up and down. A bit like my ping is a bit up and down. As you can see, really good stuff from Cats there. So we'll be swapping those spawn points. This time Cats will be on the south spawn. GV on the north. So just waiting for the teams to ready up. So we have an officer rotating in. So Oslo and Liski sitting on the bench. We have officer in an IS-4, Capricorn in a 113, Nomads in an IS-4, Yoga and Govinda in a T-22, Monaco in an E5, Rome in a Vickers, and Tokyo in a Crown Wagon. Moving over to Cats, Eyeline is probably... Is he going to stay in the mouse? I don't know. So far, we haven't got a full team readied up, so it'll be pretty difficult for me to say anything. Anyway, Eyeline is potentially in a mouse. Cost effective in the IS-4. Hermes, no, Eyeline is in the IS-4. Cost effective in the IS-4. Hermes in the Vickers. Mummies Milkers in a Crown Wagon. Axiomatic in an E5. Temptation in an E5. And Mentalium, I don't know, maybe in a Crown Wagon. No, Mentalium is now in an E5 also. So that's the way that Cats have lined up. They are not, I doubt they'll be going for the C cap, the bottom caps this time. Probably looking more to get that A cap, that C cap up on the hill. Oh, I forgot to put my webcam back on, but it doesn't matter. I'll put it on now. I forgot! Yes, I forgot. It happens. What does it matter? You got to see my ping in FPS anyway, you see how bad it is. So, hit points, well, in favour of Cats, but it's 400, nothing much really. And look at this ping. So, Rome and Yoga and Govinda already heading up to the C cap. The rest of GV are following them. The Vickers of Hermes is going to drop into the B cap and take that cap, with the rest of Cats heading up north. And we're just going to sit here for the moment and wait for them to get into their positions. Capricorn in the 113 is going to take the B cap, so the A cap. So GV will again take the advantage on the caps. Now comes Mentalium here, rolling in, trying to get into that C cap. But GV have positioned themselves nicely. But so has Cats, staying nicely hauled down in those E5s there. Mentalium is trying desperately to get his front track into there, but Officer of GV is pushing heavily. Cost Effective is trying to get round to put shots into Nomads. E5 and Mentalium would love to get a shot into the E4, and the IS4, sorry, and he does. Here comes Eyelion. He was now going to put pressure on the officer. No, he goes for Capricorn instead. Now again, they're being aggressive here. There's GV. They're trying to push around on the battalion. And Capricorn pushes around in the 113. So does Officer. So does Nomads. Tokyo, Monaco also pushing in. Officer is now going to be surrounded. And Mentalium, to be fair, though, is a one-shot. So I don't blame them. Actually, he was a two-shot. Now he's going to be rammed into oblivion. They've lost Officer. But now the cat points are in favour of Cats. They are going to be able to whittle down, but they've lost another tank. They've lost Temptation to one tank. They've taken Capricorn out, but GV have got control of this. Axiomatic is now looking worse for wear. He's a one-shot. He was a one-shot. He's a no-shot. 3 tanks down. Tokyo is going to go down, though. Down he goes. 2 tanks down, but now Eyeline has gone as well, so it's 4 tanks. It's 3 against 5. GV have got this, I think. Unless something crazy is to happen now. They've got the hit points. They've got the guns on the battlefield. They haven't got the base points, but it doesn't matter because they're going to take down Mummy's Milkers next. Hermes comes around trying to put shots into Nomads. Cost Effective is trying to put shots into Monaco. Yoga, but it's all over, really. 2 against too many. GV have convincingly taken the battle to Cats and turned it around massively. Much better focus fire, much better coordination. In fact, everything was much, much better. And this is the thing. I mean, they're up and down like my ping, GV. Absolutely up and down. I mean, that is not the team we just saw. The team we just saw was not that team. And where was that team in the first game? I mean, that is what you wouldn't expect more from the likes of GV. So they are taking it to a decider. And it will be on Desert Sands. A map we've already seen today. Yeah, I mean, it's surprising the way it's working out. So, Cats will go on the North spawn with Eyeline in a Mouse, Cost Effective in an IS4, Hermes in a Cranwagon, Mummy Milkers in a Cranwagon, Axiomatic in an IS4, Temptation in a Cranwagon, and Jericho coming in a 113. Looking over at GV, we have Officer in the IS4, Capricorn in an E5, Nomads in the IS4, Yergai Navinda in a T22, Monaco in an E5, Rome in a Vickers, and Tokyo in a Cranwagon. Well, that's what they're going to do. Meta-wise, it'd be interesting to see what they do strat-wise. Yes, indeed. Hmm. 10 seconds to go. Near as damn it. I'm just going to play on my beard. There we go, look. Beard. I do like my beard. Nothing wrong with a beard. That's what I say. So, hit points in favour of Cats. Quite significantly as well. Just over 2,000. And that is significant. That's a whole nother tank. However, doesn't mean they'll take a massive advantage. Still got to use that hit points effectively. So you're going Govinda here on Rome, going out to that middle area like I showed in the flyover we showed earlier. They're going to jump straight into the A-cap because they know they've got the mobility to do so. Cats have taken Jericho in the 113 into the C-cap. Eyeline will join him, but cap advantage will go to GV. Here come the rest of GV out into the desert, and this is where GV now will take a massive advantage because they've got the cap advantage. They don't need to do anything other than get into positions to put pressure on the B cap. They will put tanks on the flanks like Rome here in the Vickers. He will not go across the tracks, he will stay hull down. And they will just defend because there's nothing else they need to do. And that's it really. I mean, at the moment, GV have control of this map. The Cranwagons of Temptation and Mummy's Milkers, well, they can't really do too much over there. If they come over the top, they will get smacked. And this is why you generally don't see clans going for that C cap. Because if you don't out cap, then you're in a world of pain. Because now you've only got, you don't have many options. You do not have many options. Excuse me for 2 seconds. Hang on, 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Somebody knocking on my door and I had to answer it. Anyway, you didn't miss much because, like I said, they took the A cap. They've got the advantage. GV will just sit here now and wait for cats. Who's salty? No one's salty. Oh, you're not talking about me. You can say, I thought I'm not salty. And you can see here, look, GV have just lined their tanks up, waiting for the push on that B cap. Cats, on the other hand, are trying to put their Cranwagons onto this flank. But as soon as they come over, I mean, there will be guns trained onto those Cranwagons. Those Cranwagons will not be hauled down, and they will be smacked. And it's as simple as that. So GV have completely got the control of this game. Simple. They've got the points. Here come the IS-4s rolling into the B cap, trying to take it. Nomads needs to reset. As long as they keep resetting it, so I-line is going in there as well. Oh, Nomads is pushed right through. He's going to take the battle to them. I don't know if that's a good idea. But he's now going to be joined by Capricorn. They didn't reset the B cap. It was going to be difficult. There were 3 tanks in there. Monaco is now rushing in. And, you know, that move is just whittled down cost effective. He's on next to nothing. He's going to go. Down he goes. Nomad is also next to nothing and he goes down. Axiomatic will be next on the hit list. And just look at the hit points going on GV, on HLV, on Cats. God, I'm getting everything confused now. So, I mean, it's still in favour of GV. Although Cats have now taken the advantage a little bit because Capricorn has gone down. But Eyeline will go. There he goes. Swings back in favour of GV. They're trying to push onto Tokyo. In comes Rome. They're looking to take down Mummy's Milkers here. Rome will come round, rotate round him, and Specquin in his back. No, he won't because Officer will finish him off. No, he won't. No, it had to be done by Tokyo. Rome takes it over to Hermes, and it's all over. GV win the battle. And GV will take 3rd place. Now, again, why couldn't GV do that in the first game? That's a much better GV. So congratulations to GV, commiserations to Cats. Unfortunately, we don't have the final. So, I don't know if there's any results in the final. Why have I did that? That's number 6. Let's have a quick look, see if we have. Well, we had Feast and ECG in the final. They're still playing. They're going to play for quite a while yet. ENT and RN, therefore, went into the semis. Well, not the semis, the 3rd place playoff. And they're still playing. I don't know what happened with HI and E7 because they've only just started as well. So we just don't know. And there you go. So that's it realistically for today, guys. I mean, I'd love to sit here hanging around, waiting and showing you who the winners are for the finals, but it can take quite a while, and all you're going to be doing then is looking. I'll tell you what, I'll show you. Again, why? Nomads, why? What possesses you to come on and do spoilers, mate? Seriously. I don't understand. I seriously don't understand. Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play a couple of replays, so you can see a couple of replays. There's no reason for that, Nomads. To be honest with you. No reason for that at all. Ah, it wasn't more than 2 seconds. When you live in the Arab world, people knock on your door at the strangest of times during Ramadan to demand things. And it takes a little bit longer than 2 seconds to get rid of them. Let's just put it that way. Well, I'll play this replay, see if we got any results, and then I'll be ending the stream, to be fair.
We didn't even scratch them.
For a couple of reasons. One, it's my wife's birthday, and we have to go out for dinner. And two, I have to go and sort out everything ready for the EU stream later. Simple as that. And three, there's nothing else to watch. Also, simple as that. So we should get the results after this. This is a great replay, by the way. 2.6k damage already. I mean, what more do you want? It's awesome. Welcome. Welcome, Pick Official from Vietnam. How are you? I have been to Vietnam many times, and I do like it. Oddly enough, I prefer North Vietnam. I really enjoyed my time in How Long Bay. Amazing place. Not my main account. COVID? No. Dust. Live in the desert, mate. A lot of dust when you live in the desert.
Enemy destroyed.
4.2k. Is that enough in this little tier 8 of meal 2? Oh, I don't know. Yes, it is. It was a ratings game as well. That's a great little game. So let's see if we've got the main results coming in. So we had Feast against ECG, and Feast have beat ECG 2-0. So Feast will be the winners of today. Both will go into tomorrow, but Feast will take all the cups for today. ENT and RN were the others, and RN losing to ENT. But again, both will go into tomorrow. So congratulations to ENT on grabbing that 3rd place. Moving down, we have HLV and E7 in the finals. HLV beating E7 2-0, so HLV continuing their dominance here in today's rounds. Both will go into tomorrow, so congratulations HLV, commiserations to E7. And we actually saw the 3rd place between GV and Cats, where GV turned over Cats. And that's basically it. Unfortunately, guys, I can't play on, I can't do it today. I'd love to, but I can't. I have other things I have to get to do before I stream the EU server later on this evening. Mainly, I've got to take my wife out because it's her birthday, as I said. So I will be on an Asia server sometime this week, however, for a stream and tuning and all that sort of jazz. So if you're around then, we're more than happy to do so. Until then, guys, it's been a great day. It's been a great opening for the PYS number 5, and I'll catch you all again tomorrow for the final group, unless you want to come and watch me tonight on the EU server. And I'm also on the NA server later. EU, I will be following Serenity, and on NA, I'll be following Pramo. So until then, have a good rest of your Monday, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye for now.